I'm not doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to just stick the in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement. It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear?
Why are you holding my hand?
Where's your other hand?
Between two pillows.
Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast, back for another week. Looks like
not all of us are back.
Looks like we're short on the bench tonight, so we're gonna play a lot of minutes tonight. A lot of minutes.
Finally, I get in.
That's what she said. I haven't queued up yet. I just had to do it.
Oh, jeez, that was too quick.
That's what she said. I'm not ready. So anyway, we're back for another week. We'll get to the topic, the big topic of the week. Bucks 1 game away from the championship. By the time you listen to this, if you're not watching tonight on the podcast itself, we may know Wednesday when it comes out. You may know who won it, or we're going to Game 7. Let's hope not. So first, let's start like I always do with just Ed. Ed, what did you do this past week?
I did go to a Kingfish game. Had a pretty good time there.
Okay,
you know, I had the beer thing and everything.
Okay.
But, Glenn's here.
Oh, Glenn's here. Nice.
Yeah. Actually, we went over to Amber's parents' house, over the weekend. And so we're watching Wheel of Fortune or Matlock or whatever old people watch. I don't remember. And then the phone rings, but it's not like a cell phone. It's actual like phone on the wall. This thing's ringing. It's the one with the cord that looks like an old DNA model where it's all coiled up and everything, And it's like ringing. And it's ringing some more. And it's like getting uncomfortable. And I'm like, well, they are old, so maybe they're not hearing it, So finally, after about 10 rings, and I'm like, is anybody going to answer the phone? And they're like, oh, no, we have that thing that pops up on the TV that was it, caller ID? And they're like, yeah, we can just screen our calls that way. And I'm like, oh, so what was it, like a telemarketer? Go, no, Scott Cavelli called.
Yeah, baby.
Like that one?
Yeah. That's nice. Okay. Oh, I had you off because now you're on.
I was going to say, hence why you two are sitting here by yourselves.
Yeah. Nobody answered our calls. Well, Willie's out of town. Eric has the sniffles. And so
the Delta variant sniffles.
So that's why they're not here tonight. Or maybe they're secretly off in a tent together out in the woods, like the one time. Glenn, what did you do this past week? Anything exciting?
What did I do? My mind is blank. Graduation parties. Yeah.
You watched a Bucks game.
I did watch Bucks game with some very good company.
Yeah, some sexy guys, I heard.
Wouldn't go that far, but it was good company.
I would.
That's right. Jankowski was here.
Yeah. Kevin says, nice shirt, Ed.
Finally, somebody noticed.
Yeah, the good taste all around. Only thing Kevin says, you need sandals and a pair of shorts on. It'd be a perfect outfit. That's what Kevin. Next time, that's what you got to do: sandals and a pair of shorts.
That's not happening.
My week, nothing special. Bucks game. I golfed on. Me and Jason Shoddy Aldrich. Jason Aldrich Shoddy. We golfed in a 2-man scramble the other day, and we shot 2 under.
Oh, that's pretty legit, I believe.
It was probably 70-30 Shoddy, but I contributed. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. It was nice. We had a good time. So it was fun. And
He made you clean the balls in between shots.
Yeah. I cleaned his balls in between shots.
So I shot in a 4-person scramble, and I think we were like 20 over.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. We weren't that bad, but we weren't good. It was. I mean, I golf once every 3 years, and this is my wife's second time ever. So we heavily relied on the other couple.
But you went for fun.
Oh yeah. It was a benefit for the firefighters. Their care foundation, they donate money to. This year was the police officer that passed away, so his family's getting
the snowmobile guy.
Accident?
Say the name. I'm terrible with names.
I forgot his name,
but probably
Might, I think I saw that about that. Yeah. Well, that's nice they did that.
Yeah, he was well liked, I heard.
Yeah.
In the police
he was a
community.
detective, I believe, wasn't he? At the point?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So tonight show, we're going to talk about Ed's got a shower stall. I think he said.
I
right?
do.
We're going to talk about
tears.
The fan poll this week is what age should you stop up to a baseball game and why? And you'll believe some of the answers we got. A lot of people are like, you should. It's okay, bring them forever. I didn't get it.
We need to get a better crowd.
Time for me to go.
Also,
I left my glove at home.
Talk a little about the MLB. I forgot to talk to Hop. You listening? I think you're gonna hop on tonight. If not, I totally forgot to get a hold of you. I was busy today. So, the random thoughts and a little NFL talk. But we're gonna start out with the topic of the week. The biggest thing to happen in 50 years in basketball in this area could be happening in the next 3 days, hopefully in one day, which will be Tuesday tomorrow. The Bucks are 1 game away from winning an NBA title, their first since 1971, and to finally put the crown on Giannis's head that everybody thinks he deserves, which he does. And the team finally has been doing what they should do. The second quarter and third quarter of Game 5 was what the Bucks team is built to do: hit their threes, attack the basket, and play good defense because they're doing stuff well. And the biggest thing, this isn't over yet, obviously, but if I had to pick 2 players right now, if the Suns were to win it, Devin Booker's the MVP. If Bucks win it, Giannis is the MVP. Mm-hmm. But right now, I think if you got guys that you can look at for the Suns, is Ayton, I believe, is their MVP is their other MVP. And I think Jrue Holiday is going the switching to taking Chris Paul since Game 3 was, and Coach Budenholzer is not getting enough credit for anything. And ever since they made adjustments, they're going to win the series if they win it. And I believe they're going to. They're playing just different now. And I think Chris Paul is spent. I really do. I think he can't handle Jrue Holiday for 48 minutes. He just can't. He can't. And Jrue Holiday is making sure he can't handle him. The only thing that's going to hurt the Bucks is if they get in foul trouble, which I don't want to say it's involved in the league, but sometimes I think they want things to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks got in foul trouble in Game 6 and it's did possible into a Game 7. But I still believe they win either way. So we can talk a little more. But what's your first impression of what we're heading toward here and what happened in the last 3 games?
I mean, Chris Paul's almost been non-existent the last couple games. I didn't even notice he was out there. And I haven't watched every game, but he disappeared, it seemed.
Yeah, he was making some nice jumpers though. I mean, over some pretty tall defenders.
Yeah, I mean, he made some great shots,
not
but
making the impact that he was before.
Yeah, he wasn't just dominating the game like you saw, in the last series, or was it Game 1?
Yeah, and I believe the assist aspect of Paul's game has disappeared because I think the Bucks are doing a better job at what their idea is. You haven't seen Ayton wide open running down the middle again since Game 2, which that just frustrates you as just watching the game. You cannot allow that to happen. It's like leaving a receiver wide open for a 20-yard pass. That's the same concept. Guys can't run down the middle. And since that happened in that game, that hasn't happened really since. I mean, they've had a couple balls in the basket, but not like it happened in Game 1 and 2. And I think the whole philosophy of the team's changed. And I believe the coaching staff of the Bucks has done a really good job of their adjustments.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody. I can't remember even who it was. It was how well Budenhauer's adjusted in this series, because I have watched, like I said, I've watched 3 of the 4 games, and I don't get to see him coach all the time. Yeah. And I he's done a really good job.
I just think that he's taken a lot of flack for it's always the players. It's the players that get the players always get a pass usually, and the coach usually is the one that's in trouble, and I'm sure they understand that, but I just believe that he's done a really good job, and they're making shots and they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I believe they're on the edge of something that's going to be great to see. I think for a team like a guy like Giannis too, that stuck with his team. He did get his money, and we understand that, but it's basically a poor man's big three going to win the NBA championship, I believe. And that nothing wrong with that. When I say poor man's, I'm not taking away from it.
They're getting paid.
I'm not taking anyway. Yeah, but I'm not taking anything away from them. When you say big three, people don't think of the Bucks right away. Right. But they're there. They're here, and they're at the almost at the top of the mountain. So they're almost there.
You changing your assessment from a few weeks ago when we talked about winning an NBA with a big three or with a team effort?
I said poor man's big three.
Yeah,
so there's still a big. What did I say though? Well, I can't remember.
I can't remember which one you chose
because Eric gave up. Who was it? Me and who? Eric.
I think I gave up. I gave up royally. I was horrible.
Yeah.
I was so unprepared.
Well, I mean, I want the Bucks to win, but I got Suns in 7. That was my pick to start, and then Eric has Bucks in 6.
I had Bucks in 6.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying that. Not that it was any knowledge of basketball going into that.
Yeah.
And I think I had Sixers in 5. So.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. So
Nets in 5.
You had Sixers in 69.
69.
Hey, so I agree.
69.
I like that.
So I agree. The NBA is a big business. They want to see as many games on TV with the commercial revenue, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
But at the same time, I think they just want this series to be over. Like, they didn't want these teams in it anyways. Plus, especially the ESPN guys.
Yeah, and then you're going to get it in Milwaukee. If you can get Game 6 in the Deer District, they're talking 65,000 people down there tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm hoping there's not many shootings or anything.
You're going to be pushing 80,000 people in that area because the people inside the game too.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
right. They're talking 65,000 just on the ground.
I didn't hear that number, but yeah,
they're saying they closed off more roads in the area so they can get 65,000. How many are inside the stadium? 20? 18,
I think it's seats, something like that.
Yeah.
18.
So you're looking at 85,000. I'm going to guess there's going to be more. I mean, it's going to be closer to 100,000. I bet.
It's packed down there.
So that's more than double their allowance, because normally it's 25,000, right?
That's not going to be a super spreader event because Trump's not there.
So bench warmer road trip tomorrow night?
No.
we can watch it in my backyard again.
Yeah.
Why didn't you set up a podium and do the show from there?
Just up a stage in the corner.
People behind us. People be coming up going, "Who the hell are you guys?
We're the bench warmers."
We just wear a sports coat and and a collared shirt.
They think you're important. Yeah, you're right.
Put an earpiece in.
We are from ESPN.
We are important.
So the Bucks are at the edge, and I believe it's going to be. I believe they are going to come back with this and just win it. I just think they're just playing really well right now, and I think they're here. This is it. This is it. This is their chance to do it, and I just think they become Toronto to Milwaukee's to Phoenix's Milwaukee in the series. The Bucks just flipped this thing when it was 2-0. It looked like the Bucks were dead in the water, and they flipped the script on them, and they just started playing way better team basketball.
They did the same thing against the Nets, though, too, didn't they?
Yeah, they were down 2-0 against the Nets, too. Mm-hmm. They were down 1-0 to the Hawks, 2-0 to the. They were actually, weren't they tied against the Hawks 2-2 at one point? I believe they might have been. The series might.
If they lost the first two, then
no. They were the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks. Yeah. So, but I thought it was 2-2. So every series they've been in has been 2-2.
Yeah,
and they've won every game 5. 2 of them on the road.
They're clutch.
Yep.
They just got to be scared to win.
It was because I was at the Hawks game, and it was game 5, and they won that game. It was 2-2. So it was a must win. They smoked them. Yeah. So and standing room only seats are going for between $1,000 and $1,500 tomorrow night at that stadium.
I'll stand in the backyard here.
Yeah. those are all $8.
Those are $8. I'll bring my thermosol too. We'll be fine.
So Bucks in 6 has been the chant for years, and it actually might be one of those looking the crystal ball thing might be happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you haven't had a win in your lifetime either, have you? You were born in what, 71?
71, and they would have won. and it's summer before. I was born in October, so I wasn't alive when they won the last championship.
Yep. So it's never happened in my life either. So,
and I was a big Jordan fan, so I followed the Bulls. But this is going to be cool. This is going to be cool if they do it. I'm a huge Giannis fan. I think as a person too, just watching what he's been doing. I've always been a Giannis fan. I give him crap on his free throws, and I dig him crap last night when we were watching the game because honestly, if they would have lost that game the other night, it would have tarnished what he has done. It really would have. Yeah, I mean that's a shame too, but it would have a little bit. But they didn't, so that's all that matters. And Chris Milton scares for a half second when he missed his first one. Yeah. It was like, oh my God, what's going on here?
That was scary.
And then Drew Holiday with the people are calling it the dunk at the alley. I'm gonna call that should be called the pass when he took the ball and made that pass because you could just see split secondly he was just looking for at first like he was gonna kind of hold it up.
He's gonna pull up.
And he was like, oh, here we go. And it was just a great pass. It was a great play. And Drew Holiday, his poor shooting, but his last game he shot great, but his defense has been incredible from game 3 on. He's been the best defensive player on the court, hands down. Giannis has been really well too, but for what he has, how he's changed the game, what he's done has been incredible. I think I just think it's incredible, and I think he was worth everything they got for the guy because I think he's another great community guy too. He's a family guy. These are all good guys, and it's a good team of guys. You never see him in the news. You never see him for anything. When they're on Instagram, they're just telling you come to the stadium, watch the game. You don't see him on a boat, with a bunch of, whatever.
Oh, that was a good boat. I could tell you a story about that boat.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
These all seem like good guys. They really do. And the whole team, you got content that's heated up now. This team is ready to take their step, and I hope they get to. I really do. It's going to be fun to see if they get to do it, and let's hope it happens tomorrow night in Milwaukee.
The team really seems to fit the city.
Yeah.
All around.
And I hope the city.
It's a hardworking team. Yeah. It's like overachieving a little bit. Yeah.
And I hope the city reacts like if they do win, just celebrate. Just celebrate.
Leave Water Street on Water Street.
Don't be stupid. Don't be doing stupid things. And if the cops see him, you should tase them.
Where's Morales when you need him?
He's back.
He's back. He has to come back.
Yeah, they're still fighting that though.
That was a nice deal. He got like $600,000 to go take a break.
Yeah,
that's a good deal.
Yep.
You know what I can't wait for, and I hope this all happens tomorrow, and I can't wait for like 25 years down the road. I mean, me and you and Glenn might still be here, but Willie will be long gone by then. But we can, when we go to a game and then they wheel out like Giannis or Connaughton, and you're like, I remember the championship team. Like they do with the Packers and the Bears. They still wheel those old timers out there.
You can remember. Yeah, I was there. I saw that. Or I got to see that happen. So
is Connington the next Kerr? Is he going to be win like
we
4
championships? We just said that.
I think we were talking when he a shooter, but Connington's become that. Hopefully he's become that guy. He doesn't shoot that well, but ever since like the Atlanta, he's shot 50% in his finals, and he gets the ball now. It's changing. You're gonna see. He's got to keep his head open tomorrow night because I think they're going to be a little more pressure on him. You're going to have Giannis getting the basket, I think, a little easier off him getting the ball now, and I think they got to be aware of that, which they will be.
And we got a bench clearing brawl coming up probably next week. Are we going to be on next week?
Let's think. What's next week? Yeah. Next week we'll be on because it'll be the third. It'll be the 26th. Yes, we'll be here next week because the next week I think we'll be here too. The second. When do you leave for your?
I'm leaving I'm going to be gone 27th.
Oh, okay. So you'll be the second. Eric won't be in. We can still do it, and then the next week I'll be gone, so we won't be doing that. We'll be off in 3 weeks. So
we got a bench clearing brawl coming up to discuss
a great one.
This Bucks team.
Yep.
And
we'll do the underground show when he's not here because Jace will give me the code to get in, and we'll just take over the studio.
It's anything like usual,
like Gremlins.
Yeah, the garage door's usually open. So.
The address is
so yeah, the Bucks. Let's hope we can talk about the Bucks next week, and we're talking about a championship and all that. We were talking. You guys brought up something. I lost my train of thought on that. Maybe I'll think about it later. So another thing. U.S. Open was this weekend. No, not U.S. Jesus Christ, the Open Championship, which we all know, which we call us laymen call it the British Open, but it's the Open Championship. Colin Morikawa is your champion again. Won the U.S. Open last year, correct? With no fans, so he didn't. So his speech was a really nice speech. It's very simple, very easy. He's a likable fella, and
his His speech, didn't Stephen A. Smith say he needed a translator for that speech?
He shouldn't be the champion because he needs an interpreter.
He needs
Didn't
an
say something like that?
interpreter. Well, did you see what Joe Biden said about it?
What?
He wanted to congratulate the Japanese boy on winning.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was American, so.
Then he walked by and said, "Salute the Marines."
I forgot about that one.
So yeah, Morikawa wins the U.S. The British Open, the Open Championship. Jeez, that's a mess. I'm a mess right now. But
all my jokes are getting you.
Yeah, you got me. But
they're wacky.
I thought it was a great thing. Louis Oosthuizen, I kind of was rooting for him though. But
you said almost had that hole in one.
Yeah,
was that the final round too? Wasn't it?
Yeah. He had a tough final round though. He was 2 or 3 over, and so it was a tough final round.
Yeah.
So
cute girlfriend though.
Yeah.
And Spieth had a run right at the end. He had
Spieth
a great
was right
run
there too. So it was a tight finish, and Oosthuizen dropped out, but it's kind of between those two, and Morikawa just ended up, getting finished up with it. So good for him.
I wish Willie was here because there was a stat, something like Morikawa had 29 straight.
Yep. His last 21 holes where he had like 6 birdies. Everything else was a par.
Yeah,
21
that'll
holes.
win you a
and
lot
it was
of
like the
things.
longest run, like to
That'll
end
win you-
a
that'll win you-
championship tournament.
That'll win you a
or
lot of
something.
tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those big tournaments with the courses are not that easy.
Just hitting par.
And the thing about it's surprisingly, it was probably one of the better weather Open championships that have been. Usually it's drizzly and in the 50s.
Yep.
It was sunny and 70 all week. There was a usual 20-some mile an hour wind, but that's they know they're going to get that when they go there. But it was an entertaining Open. What I saw of it, I saw parts and bits of it, but yeah, it was pretty cool. So congratulations to Colin Morikawa. From California, not from Japan.
Not from Japan. No.
Not from Japan. Well, descent, his family is.
And he does speak English.
If I was a golfer, I'd have the Italian flag next to my name, though. I don't know.
You'd have a little
I have a little sausage over there. Wait a minute.
That'd be Glenn's.
That's what she said.
That'd be Glenn's little sausage. I forgot.
Little sausage.
Little sausage. Yo, I'm little sausage.
Little sausage. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You gave me the name.
You'd have like Mario, jumping up with like a ding.
Whenever I get to make a pipe, I power it up. I run to the next tee. Look for mushrooms to jump on.
Way better TV.
Yeah. There goes the crazy Italian guy again.
And you know what? That would not be considered racist somehow.
Because it'd be me.
I know it's unbelievable.
Yeah. That's how it would look if it was on Nickelodeon.
I don't want to really start getting into this too much here, but Italians get shit on pretty bad for the racial stereotypes. I just was watching a show on
Sopranos.
No, it was Bad Blood is it Bad Blood? The Canadian mob thing in Montreal.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they're all Italian guys from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's so many stereotypes in there. It's like
I watched a good movie the other day. This weekend, it was pretty solid. It was called Kill the Irishman.
I've heard of it.
It was a true story about a guy named Danny Green. He was in Cleveland. He was a union boss, became a mob guy, and it was like guys that would just car bomb each other, try to kill. It was crazy. It was bombs. It was nuts. It was
in Cleveland.
Yeah, in Cleveland, and that was the end of the mob. Actually, the mob in Cleveland. That was when all happened and it finished off, and he was actually killed. It actually ended the mob in Cleveland. To a point, yeah.
Huh. Well, I'll look that one up. That sounds interesting.
Kill the Irishman. It was a neat movie. There was a few decent stars you would know. Then I watched another movie. I watched a new one that's on HBO. It was with Brendan Fraser's in it. Don Cheadle's in it. What was the name of that? Glenn, have you seen that?
Nope.
I can't remember it. It was okay. Not as good as Kill the Irishman, but
we're getting old. We can't even remember. We just watched a day ago.
I'm trying to direct this towards something. I remember a scene that it said like Gotham something. That's why I was sort of confused on what you were watching because it was like it's a Gotham City Hall. I think
no,
they were walking.
It was Gotham Hotel.
Is it No Sudden Move?
That's what.
No Sudden Move. That was
okay.
It. Benicio del Toro was in it.
Oh, a great actor.
It was
he'd
weird.
make my B list.
It was weird how it was filmed because every time they did like a outside scene, the camera would pan. And it was almost like a fisheye camera, so it was hard. It was weird to watch. It was just weird.
Oh man!
A fisheye camera. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It looked weird.
I might bring one up later in the show.
Hello.
You know who's in that? That's nobody knows his name, but he's kind of an up and comer. It's that David Harbour guy from Stranger Things. He's the cop.
Oh, okay.
Because he's in Black Widow. He's her dad.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
And he's starting to pop up in some pretty big things.
I didn't know Black Widow was.
Yeah. Well, that's you.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Scarlett Johansson. Now I was making fun of Glenn for watching it. Now I want to go.
I want to see it. You said it was good though.
Yeah, it was very good.
Is it working
better,
out?
better
Okay.
than I thought it was going to be.
Good. I want to see it though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard
it's better than Baby Boss. I bet.
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby. I'm sorry.
I couldn't tell you because I refused to watch that movie.
So why don't we talk about let's do this. It's kind of early in the show, but we'll do this tonight. Since it's been a few weeks since we had it, let's can't find what I'm gonna do here because I'm confused. I'm a mess tonight, guys.
Well, can I say something real quick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who are you? Who are you? Where'd you come from?
The dumpster out back.
What is this?
You smell
what is this? I'm gonna have to edit out. Go ahead.
Damn, those Mexicans work fast.
Yeah, you got to edit that out.
They put another wall up on that gas on the quick trip.
Wow.
You can't say that.
Are you nuts?
We reserved that for Ed. You cannot say that on a show.
Man,
And it wasn't. It's the way it wasn't because I looked out there. It wasn't all Mexican. It was a bunch of different people.
Oh well, no, the people that were still
And
out
Italians.
Yeah, it was Italians.
It was. I was proud because that quick trip's going up quick.
Okay, let's go to now. We're done with Jason's Rumble. Let's go to Ed's now. Or Ed's,
We got 6 people on here now live.
We're done to the shower stall. Yeah. We're done with Jason's dumpster stall. Now we're going to go to Ed's shower stall. Oh, that's the wrong button because I'm all flustered now.
Everybody into the shower! Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100! Larry!
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi,
Get in
5
there.
Mississippi,
Hurry it up.
6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
Didn't you guys see the video of the Deer District? Well, I mean, we were watching the game, just packed with people. This is why people love sports. White, black, yellow, brown. I even saw a purple guy cheering their team on in harmony. Everyone was having a great time drinking, cheering together, and praying that Giannis hits one goddamn free throw. That's the real America, the America that stands for the flag, not the crap the media keeps spoon-feeding us. The United States is the most inclusive country on the planet, ever. End of story. We're not perfect, but we're also not the monsters the media and academia repeatedly tell us we are. This country always accepts new people that arrive here and want to work hard for a piece of the American dream. This is why people like us get extremely pissed when these college-type people and consultants with zero real-world experiences tell leagues that they should force this BLM shit and their woke agenda, drink, Bob, on our lives. We are instantly offended and we shut down. As Americans, we don't want to be told what to think. America was built on that defiant attitude. That is why most of our ancestors traveled to this great country across the ocean. They came here for opportunities to work and improve their families. They came here for freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Also, the guns and the fireworks are a nice bonus there, too. The places our ancestors...
sunny and 70 all week.
Here for freedom.
Sorry about that.
The places our ancestors fled from did not grant these rights that we take for granted. Their subjects did not have these rights. And throughout history, Americans have fought off threats for our freedoms many times, winning each time because we fought as Americans and not as small special interest groups bitching about how victimized we are because someone used the wrong pronoun. Until billion-dollar companies and billion-dollar leagues quit listening to these nuts and start listening to their millions upon millions of fans, it's only going to get worse. Real Americans will continue to stand for the flag and then defiantly walk away from sports and entertainment, just like they left serfdom in the old country, and they will head for greener pastures. Remember, the media tells us 65,000 people of all backgrounds cheering and celebrating together in America in harmony is not possible. And my eyes tell me the exact opposite.
Oh, perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Well, you hit the post.
Well, if you wouldn't have screwed me up, we would have been way off.
Well, I was trying to get ready for the next segment, and I hit the wrong button. That's my fault.
No, that was cool though.
It sounded like I was talking, but I wasn't. It was my phone.
Yeah,
it was a live show on my phone.
Well, I've been hearing voices lately, so I was kind of like,
what are you talking about, Ed?
The show's so boring. You're watching another one while we record it.
No, it was ours actually. It was ours. I'm just looking for the. Okay, so
you want an addendum to my thing or something?
No. I agree with you.
Okay,
that was good.
It was pretty good.
It was better than Jesus.
Jesus, racist rant. That's what we're gonna call
That's
it.
A new segment.
The cops are gonna come here soon for me. So
let's go to our fan poll. And our fan poll today was: what age What is the age you should start bringing your glove to a baseball game, and why? So I got a couple first, and I'll go. So Chris Groves puts on here. Tough question. I've seen a few people saved by someone with a glove in the stands, but now the teams are putting up netting. It's less likely to happen. But by the way, anyone that says the netting is stupid and should play, blah, 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 needs to take a few things into consideration. The new ballparks have much less foul territory than the old ones. The players hit the ball harder now, and teams want you on your phones interacting with all the social media stuff. So blah, blah. So that's why I have it. But he says not to get sidetracked. But to answer your question, if you enjoy having it with you, who cares how old someone is?
I do.
Ooh. So Groves said it's okay to wear.
No, I agree with Groves though. The parks are closer. It's a little more dangerous, and almost everybody's looking at their phones.
So you think
no, it's still 12.
Groves wearing a glove is cool?
No. Well, we ain't going to help him anyways. You ever see him play?
so see, I'm going to owe him a beer now because he actually sent me a message on Messenger. And he said exactly what he said. And I kind of fed you it. He's in Dallas and he can't listen. He's listening on the way home. But he told me if you read my comment about the fan poll, and that makes a joke about me not being able to catch.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I owe him a beer now because he said if he doesn't, I'll buy you a beer. And I said, well, I'll buy you one if he does. So
you knew that was coming.
I owe Groves a beer because you said it. So next up is Pop had said never. I don't want to grow up. That means never. You should always be able to wear a glove to the games.
Oh my God!
If I can't wear a glove at 16, you don't need a glove after the age of 16.
Why can't you?
Well, you're 17.
No, you know what?
No, you shouldn't be allowed to wear one there.
I don't need one. If a ball comes at me, I'll try catching it.
One of my favorite pastimes is taking pictures of old men with gloves at the game, and then I pass them on to everybody.
And young boys with gloves.
Young boys with no pants.
Yes.
And old men with gloves. Weird.
You remember the guy at the Brewer game? He had some other jersey on, plaid shorts, and a hat, and a glove.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
So, Glenn, what do you think?
You guys know, I up until like last year when this came up and we were talking about it, I used to bring it. Now I don't. So 45 is the. I'm now 46.
Perfect.
You know, okay, I got a couple more.
You guys might be changing my mind here. I'm like that Steven Crowder. Change my mind.
Yeah. Hop said 13 because you should be able to catch a ball with your bare hands after that. 13 is about the age you should be able to not miss a softball too, right? Tussler said that.
Oh.
A good one.
Touche. That was worse than my shot at Groves.
Because Hoppa struck out in Fond du Lac.
Yeah.
Jankowski said, I'm with Ed. There is no age limit.
What?
Groves. Jeff Jankowski, Ed goes everyone. If Ed goes, everyone brings a glove. That's what Bob said. Pfeiffer said, Jeff Jankowski, have you seen Ed catch a ball lately? That's what Pfeiffer said.
Jesus.
Hegg said, this next Saturday, Crew Sox, we are actually in prime home run territory in left, stoked, gloveless, he said.
You got to be gloveless.
Dave Macias said, no such thing. If you're a fan, you'll always be a fan. It brings out the kid in you. Amy Hanneman says, never. So that means it's okay to bring a glove, right?
Did you go to high school with Dave?
Yes.
Yeah, he was your age, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Rocky Terabasi said never, and Bob Chess said never. There. Bob Chess even says bring a glove.
Wow.
You know,
Bob had soft hands too.
Yeah. I'm not on the right page.
Too late.
Say it again. Stop. Yeah. So Bob Chess said, you should bring a glove.
Oh, and Bob had super soft hands.
Yeah, baby.
Seamless.
Man, that was seamless.
So my take, I just here's why I don't think you should bring one. It's just more crap to bring in.
Yeah, that too.
I was gonna say that's why I stopped.
Going on. I got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, one time
hot dogs and nachos, and I got to wear my glove. And you know how if the guy a few weeks ago can throw his baby in the air, catch the ball, and grab his kid again, you don't need a glove
without spilling the beer in the other hand.
Yeah, it was incredible. The video. I bet his wife loved it.
He held the beer and threw the baby.
The baby was here. He kind of went like this. The baby threw it up high enough, caught the ball, and grabbed the baby again.
Yep. You should see the people around him like,
it was
like diving.
It was incredible.
Dude, and I'm not a big fan of kids, so I would have probably held the beer as well.
Or like the guy at Wrigley a few years ago, taking the ball away from Adrian Peterson while holding a beer and the baby.
From who?
Adrian Gonzalez.
I was like Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. Wow.
Was he beating his child?
Yeah. He had a stick and
a whip.
Oh man. What is with this guy today?
Jesus.
Did you get into my gummy bear stash?
So that was our fan poll. So it sounds like the Basement Benchwarmer fans say it's okay to bring love to the park. So.
Man, now I'm conflicted here because
so from now on, I want all you grown men, if you listen, and women, to take a picture of yourself at the games with the glove and put them on the Benchwarmer website. We're gonna call it the Hall of Shame. That's a new thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna do this. If you're listening to the podcast, you listen. I need you when you go to a park, if you got a baseball game, anybody you see with a glove, take a picture and put it to the website and just hashtag too old for a glove. That's all. That's all I want to see.
Because I do it all the time.
Yeah. So that's our new hall. That's our new thing for the.
And I would say with girls, we could probably add 2 years to on top of what we think. You know,
so 18.
Yeah, maybe 18.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're already playing ball at that point. You know, so
yeah, we're gonna say that that's,
and they got nails, you know, that they're you know, they don't want to break some of them, you know, so I can give them a couple more years.
Okay.
All right. So I wanna have your take on the fan getting banned for life from all MLB stadiums throwing a ball at Alex Verdugo.
He should have been banned.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure because 2 years ago in Fenway, a fan threw a ball back at Stannis who's around the bases. Nothing ever happened to that guy.
Yeah, but Fenway's full of a bunch of racist
but
Irish guys.
But he didn't hit him.
Oh, he was running around the base and
So this
came like this close to hitting him,
but
and
you got hit Verdugo in the back.
Oh,
okay. Somebody threw it from the stands. Was it a home run ball or just a
home run ball?
Yeah, and
right
then the game started back up and he hit him in the back.
Oh no, it's too late.
You got to throw. Oh,
you got to throw it right away.
He was standing facing the field.
Here's the thing: you're trying to show up the hitter as like you don't even want his souvenir, so you got to do it while he's coming around second.
No, it was done.
He sees the ball coming flying.
Eventually, hit Verdugo.
And it's like
that's what it was.
That 12-year-old kid right there just threw my souvenir back. You know,
it's not like Wrigley where they actually turn around and throw it into the middle of the field where I try hitting nobody, just throw it. That's nothing.
And he hit Verdugo in the back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So he's banned for life.
And what park was that at?
Yankee Stadium. It was Yankees.
Well,
that's
that's wrong there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's wrong everywhere.
I would expect that though from Yankees fans. I really would.
Yeah. I just wanted to put it out there, see what you guys wanted to say about
I'm going to be in Boston next week, so we'll see how those fans are. I heard they're wonderful too.
Just
as good as Eagles fans.
Who the Red Sox play?
I get a Blue Jays game.
Oh, nice.
They're killing it right now.
Yeah.
Another baseball story, not a great one. Shooting in DC a couple nights ago. They had to stop the game. Actually, the game didn't finish outside the stadium. People have posted it was inside the stadium, but that's not right. It was outside the stadium. And then the next thing, the players were letting fans into the dugouts or whatever to let them off the field, which, of course, I just think this is where we stand as a country and stupid stuff. As someone posted, oh, the players are letting us in. It was nice, so great of them, blah, blah, after the cops locked the gate. Well, the gate was probably locked for protection of the players because they didn't think a shooting was going to happen. You know, hide. So people got to throw stuff in like that, like making the cops locked us out. They did. It was probably locked because they don't want you on the
let's
field.
ban the police.
That's how it works good. How
did that work?
If they had more police around, they probably wouldn't happen outside the front of the stadium. I don't know. I'm guessing.
And you got to remember too, they have snipers at those games.
Oh yeah.
Don't kid yourself. There's snipers on those roofs.
Oh yeah.
And when I actually got a picture from Yankee Stadium was right year before COVID. It would have to be.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was 19, and out in front, we were standing in line, and I want to see, we were down the third base line, kind of left field corner, and there are two guys in tactical gear loading up with ARs. And I got a couple nice pictures of them, you know, but they were legit, like ready for action. And they always have snipers on those buildings. They have to.
Well, and same thing. We were at the Cubs game a few weeks ago. There's a whole SWAT team there. They were just sitting outside the truck. They had their, you don't remember that?
At the Bucks game.
No, Cubs game. There's a SWAT there. Yeah, there's a tactical team there standing outside when we walked right by them. You don't remember that?
That was by Turner Hall in Milwaukee.
No, at the Cubs game they had tactical guys too.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, they were just hanging out in Milwaukee.
No, those are tactical. They were just actually police officers dressed like that because they had the paddy wagon was right there.
Oh,
Milwaukee. They actually had,
Milwaukee. They had a Bearcat. They had a SWAT team.
Really, you got to. They will tomorrow too.
Did you hear what happened? Someone got stabbed at the Deer District.
Yeah, there's 60,000 people down there. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have a couple incidents. I mean, I'm not going crazy on that stuff because
there's a stabbing and then
60,000 people. That's a whole city down there. And they're all drinking, and there's a lot of crazy people down there.
Well, let's keep the Debbie Downers. This is part of our show going on. Baseball news also. Ex-Cub Castro arrested on domestic violence. He's been put on administrative leave, and Richard Sherman went ape shit this week and tried to break down his in-law's door, screaming, and then he threatened to kill himself. And then after it all happened, his wife said he's a good guy, blah blah blah. So I don't know what's going on there. If you get to see the Ring video of that, it's pretty terrifying. It's just a giant man trying to break down someone's front door, and this guy, I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
It's crazy, man.
You know what we should do? We should probably check my app for the app. Remember I developed that app?
Yeah, the app. You know, that's a good question. So I'm gonna be Richard Sherman.
Okay, here, let me turn it on.
Turn the app on.
Yeah, I got it on. Okay. So it's voice activated.
Okay. What do you, now it's not Siri. Would you name it? Do I call it Ed?
No.
It's like I gotta hey something. So
let's call it Willie because he's never here anyways.
Okay.
Never get confused.
Hey Willie. Oh, okay. Ready?
Yeah, it just blinked.
Okay.
It doesn't answer, and I got to read it.
It doesn't answer. It's
on mute.
It's on mute.
No.
It's on mute.
Yeah, and I haven't completely coded this thing yet. I mean, I'm still working on it.
Well, if it's like Willie, it won't answer.
Yeah. So, hey Willie.
Let's go.
It's working because it didn't answer. Good call, Glenn. I'm Richard Sherman. This is Rich Sherman here. I'm gonna go break down my in-laws' door because I'm mad. Should I do it?
It's just spinning right now. Let me see.
Wi-Fi's not great down here.
Oh, it says go to Dairy Queen, get a peanut butter parfait, and go home.
Okay,
that's what it says.
Okay,
so I don't know what the deal is with that.
Okay, I'm okay. Hey Willie,
it's going. Yeah, it's
okay. Okay. This is Starling Castro. Should I smack some bitch?
That's. Oh, yeah. Should I read it? It says she didn't have dinner ready. I gotta work on this app. This app's horrible, actually.
All kidding aside, though,
no, and
terrible situation.
This isn't Castro's first time, I don't believe.
No, I think it might be a second time. Well, and it's weird. Addison Russell, he just got like banned from baseball, basically.
Yeah, and I don't. Some of these are.
It's weird.
Some of these are like gray areas, kind of like this Trevor Bauer thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, and that one's weird. We actually used that on the app last week, and it said to take her mini golfing instead. Instead of beating her. But so, I don't know. I don't get it. It seems like there's a very high incidence in sports. You got another one?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Hey Willie.
Yep.
This is Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Still spinning.
What's it say?
Still spinning.
It knows what's going on. It should tell me what to do.
It actually says Rodgers will be there for camp on the 26th. That's what just came up here.
Did it really?
Yeah.
On there?
On my app.
Oh, on your app.
Yeah, it says Rodgers will be back on the 26th.
For real? I don't know if there's something. So
I think it's.
You want to hear what Richard Sherman got? He got released. No, he got released free on bail, but then the next day, 5 charges were put against him. Resisting arrest, domestic violence, and 5 counts related of malicious mischief and criminal trespassing.
Yeah, they had to release a canine on him because after they started talking to him, he was pretty drunk, what it sounds like.
Oh, he was hammered. That's why he was threatening to kill himself, because he was drunk.
Oh, well, not the only reason. I get drunk all the time. You haven't seen me threaten to kill myself. Well, except those 2 times. But now I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah, he was pretty hammered. He made a bad mistake. I mean, obviously he didn't hurt anybody, but himself.
Yeah. That's
a good thing, But it seems like there's such a high rate in sports, and does it not seem that way to you guys?
Yep.
They try to say it's the same as across the board in America, but I'm going to tell you, I have like 10 employees, and none of them have been arrested for beating their wives.
If you did percentages, though, that the normal population will be way more, probably, just because it happens so much.
Of convicted, yes, but I mean, of actual incidents, I bet it's pretty high. They pay people off to just go away and keep their mouths shut. And I mean, did Kareem Hunt get charged for kicking that girl in the face?
Nope.
He didn't get a charge, did he?
I don't think he did.
He had to.
No, I think he just got 8 weeks off of the NFL season.
I don't think it ever went through.
Yeah, I don't think it ever went to court.
I think he just went away, like he's saying, and he just got suspended by.
Let me ask you a question. Whose fault is that?
That's the courts.
Yeah.
No, that's the woman. for taking the money, not pressing
Yeah,
charges,
well,
for
that's-
allowing a man to walk like that to do it somebody else. That's her responsibility.
but the
to say, yeah, I got this is bullshit. I don't want your money. You're going to prison.
But the DA's got to
going to jail.
prosecute it too. I mean, and he's probably going, well, he's got high priced lawyers.
No,
and-
if she don't want to cooperate, just like we've seen in low level cases, because in Kenosha with Mr. Blake, the person that charge was against him, she dropped all charges against him, and he got away with it too. So it's not just NFL players. She dropped it. So it's to these women they get in this situation, which is terrible, and then they decide, well, I'd rather just have money and let the next woman they can take care of it for me. And then when 10 years down the road, then they all want to come back together and do a class action suit to get more money off the guy.
Yeah.
So it's wrong from day one, but that's where the court should step in and say, no, we're moving out with this with you or without you. And we're going to drag this guy through it to make him learn a lesson.
If she's got
at least at the worst, even if it gets off, he's still got to go to court and fight this thing.
Yeah, if she's got a bruise on her face or it's a legit thing, they should prosecute either way.
Yeah, and that's I agree with
but
you.
it's hard to prosecute with no witness.
Like, what are we supposed to do here? I mean, we got video, but if she's like, oh, we were just playing a game.
Kickball.
We were it was like wrestling. It was fake.
You guys ever played Coob?
And what's going on with Sean Watson too? Haven't heard anything from that lately. Is that just
they're still talking about him maybe not playing this year? I don't know. That's weird.
I'd be surprised if he plays. We'll see. We'll give it a couple more weeks on that.
Let's get into more entertaining stuff.
Yeah,
let's get away from this.
Well, I got the numbers if you want.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What's the numbers?
Yeah. So for the general population, arrest rates are 8 to 10%, while for NFL players specifically, this article 3%, and that 3% isn't all violent, crimes either.
Marijuana stuff like that's involved for misdemeanors. So it's all. So that's what the other one's based on too. All
arrests. Yep.
So all
Not
arrests
just violent.
lumped in together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like you said, it's easier for them to pay somebody off to get out of those arrests. So I mean, I don't know. You got to figure. Yeah, probably goes both ways, and they got a lot of people preying on them too. You got gangbangers hanging around
and the
them.
Smart players know how to stay away from it. Hopefully,
I mean, Ray Lewis never got charged with anything, and
that's a good point.
So it's hard. It's hard. I don't know.
So let's go to actual sports stuff now. This is sports stuff. So Ed shared this with us this week. Just one example of one team. So the Packers reported a drop of 27% during their last fiscal year based on the pandemic. They reported $409 million in expenses, $371 in revenues. So the first team since 2000 when the team spent more than they bought in. So they lost just over $30 million in the deal. But earlier they recorded a $506 million. So actually they lost $100 million in revenues overall. $130 million. My bad.
130.
So I just wondering how this affects. We discussed this. I don't know if we were talking about the other night when you were over, Glenn, but we were talking about this a little bit. And the big thing about it was, if you think about it, they're one of the teams that is a fairly profitable team or make whatever how they figure it out. Where you got teams like the Cowboys, and now you have the Rams and the Raiders have their new stadiums and things like that, which they didn't get a chance to use him at. And the Bears are a fairly profitable team, even with not even owning a stadium. So I wonder how much, like we discussed, how much you think the Cowboys lost in this deal? Just with what they have for a stadium, I can't imagine what they lost.
It's got to be $300 or $400 million.
It's got to be crazy.
It would have to be nuts.
I mean, and the thing I always like to bring up is that, did the players try to help the teams out?
No.
Right?
No.
I'm just saying. I mean, remember, this is the owners always get this shaft that they make all the money and don't share it. That's they had to share no money. They still paid the players. I think they got their checks last year. You would have heard about it, I think.
That's why when you hear all this bitching about the Cubs, cutting back money, it's like their time had come and gone. They weren't going to win the World Series with this team again.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be fiscally responsible when you I don't know what their numbers are, but I bet they lost quite a bit of money.
Oh, yeah.
So, dumping Darvish, it's saving money, that kind of stuff. And then they can make another run at it because they're going to be more financially stable.
It's crazy, but yeah, it's nuts. I mean, you
got to make that money up somewhere.
Let's talk about
guys aren't in it to lose money.
Let's talk about baseball real quick. The Brewers obviously have an 8-game lead, I think now, or 9. They're back out. They had a sweep this weekend, so with that, they obviously are going to be buyers. I believe we talked about this, and we believe they need a right-handed bat or Anthony Rizzo. That's what I think they need. I'll take either. I guess I would take Rizzo, but right-handed bat is what they really need for the lineup. I obviously everybody wants to have a pitcher, grab a pitcher if they can, but I think for the Brewers, it's weird. I think if they can add a hitter, that's what they need to do. I think their pitching is good enough to get them somewhere if they have that extra bat in the lineup. I don't know what you guys think. What's your opinion on the Brewers in that part of it?
Do you think they're going to add a bat? A legit bat.
I think they need to. I really do.
I'm not saying Matt Stairs.
If they want to be serious and play, because we can all talk about the Dodgers and Padres and go, oh, look what they're not there. When push comes to shove, when it comes to the playoffs, the Dodgers and or Padres are going to be a tough out. They really are, because they have the pitching when they're all together. They have they have the line. They have depth upon depth, especially the Dodgers. They're so deep. I mean,
well, they lost their second shortstop today, and now they just throw another one in there.
Yep. And in pitching and in hitting, they're so deep. And the Padres arguably have the best player in baseball in their field, which is Tatis. And their pitchers, they got Darvish, Paddock. They have
Snell.
But Snell's been struggling. Musgrove's been really good. So, and their back end's really good. So
That's what she said.
So I like it's gonna be a tough out. I think the Brewers compete with those teams. It's gonna be. They're going to have to get a bat in the lineup. I don't know. They're going to have those games in the playoffs. We're going to have to score 5-6 runs and win a game. They can't win 2-1, 3-1.
And they got 3 pitchers they got 3 legit.
They got
pitchers.
3 guys that can pitch they can get through a playoff series. They have to. They really can. That hitter would give them a little more insurance.
A couple guys at the back of that bullpen that are legit.
So let me ask you a question. Either you with an answer, but do you think they need to add a batter? If they stand pat, you think they can win if they stand pat?
Definitely not.
They need bats right now because they have one of the lowest. They have one of the lowest averages in the league.
They're not scoring runs.
Yeah,
Woodruff, throws a good game every week, and what's he got, like 6 wins?
You got a team like the White Sox, and Glenn is close to his heart. The White Sox,
yes.
They're a team. They're a team who actually is pretty good. They're gonna. I guarantee the White Sox add somebody. They're going to.
They're looking at Trevor's story, which pretty hard, and now you got Eloy coming back. Maybe at the end of this week.
And I actually like that. I like Trevor's story for them, but I actually think the flip of them, I think they would be better. I think they should add pitching to that team, because when they get their lineup back, they're going to have a great lineup if every state gets healthy. If everybody's healthy and comes back, Robert will be back. Eloy will be back.
Where do you think they need pitching in the playoffs?
They got just something in the bullpen, man.
They got
I know they got.
I can't. How do you say
Rodon? Yeah. They got Hendricks. I understand. They have. They're going to use what's his name? Probably. It depends what they want to do with. Here's what they're going to get. Whatever they want to do with. Who's the guy that throws 1,000 miles an hour?
Kopech.
Okay. Whatever the decision on Kopech is, if he's a starter, they're going to grab bullpen up. You're going to throw him in the pen. They're going to grab another starter, even if it's a starter that may not get a chance, but you never know. You get in a playoff game, and it's like, okay, let's just say Giglio goes out there and has a stinker and has to come out in the 3rd inning. You could throw a guy in there I don't know who would be available. It's just, you know what I mean. A guy.
Well, they're going to have Keuchel on as their guy that's coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah,
because they're going to have Lance Lynn, Giolito, and
Lance Lynn just signed a deal.
Rodon. Yeah, I can't say his name ever.
Then
Kopech's going to be your number 4, I would guess.
My mother-in-law said, Linda Hansen said, the Brewers need Scooter Jeanette.
They do not.
So now we'll move to.
The White Sox team, they got some good arms at the back of that bullpen too, with Crochet
and Hendricks.
And Hendricks.
Well, Hendricks is really good.
And they might just stick Kopech back in there as their other bullpen arm.
And I think here's the thing. I guess the White Sox. I guess whatever they pick up is going to be. They're going to pick up something, and they'll be whatever they can get to add to the team to make it better somewhere. That doesn't matter. That's something depth.
Honestly,
they don't really need I guess you're right. They don't really need to go out and get a starter or some of that needs to be a big play, which is huge for them because they could probably get a piece for barely anything. They don't have to give up a punt. They're not going to go out and get Trevor Story would be a great pickup for him. But if they didn't get Trevor Story, I think they'd be fine because they actually are.
Yeah, well, like I said,
if everybody stays healthy, if Robert comes back 100%, which we don't know about him still.
No, and he might just come back right at the end. He might just be pinch hitting type thing.
He might be
he might be Schwarber type.
Agree. Yep. Agreed.
And so that team, though, even Dylan Cease, he's going to be coming out of the pen in the playoffs.
He's a stud too,
and he's pretty solid. So that team's good.
I've heard this name too come up a few times. I know he's injured, and you just said his name. White Sox, they were trying to mess with Schwarber for years. Do they? Now people say the Nationals are very much their ownership is different. They always think they have a chance in Washington.
Yeah, they're adding to,
and they're going to go. We're only this many games out. We got a chance, so I don't think they'll be out there. But if Schwarber came to the White Sox, I think that'd be. a nice little bat for him, but I don't think he will. I think the Nats are standing pat with what they have.
I think they're going to add.
Yeah,
I really do.
Because that division's winnable.
Yeah.
That division's not.
The Braves are awful,
and you got the Phillies are up there, and you got and who's in the Mets are
the Mets are in first, and they're going to look. They're going to try and add Bryant. That's the rumor.
Yeah, Bryant.
Cubs have been scouting them hard.
Bryant, and the rumor is they're talking about Bryant and
Baez?
No, closer.
Kimbrel
might be in that. One of those or both, possibly. So they're looking at both.
Well, and right now they just lost DeGrom too. It's on the 10-day and a forearm strain, but he always goes
forearm strain.
He always goes out that forearm strain, and last year that's what he missed a lot of time on, was that forearm.
Maybe
strain.
Syndergaard will come back.
He is supposed to come back.
Is he really?
Yeah, I thought I'd say he was throwing, but maybe not. So
he was doing rehab and bullpen work.
So he's going to be a guy in the playoffs that's probably going to be a bullpen arm too.
So we'll talk about the Cubs for a minute while we're talking about baseball, and obviously we all agree.
We were talking about baseball. I thought
we agree there. We have agreed with this for the last couple shows. They are sellers, we believe. I don't think they're in the. They sign these guys now. They're not going to be around for a championship anyway. They'll be at who knows. What I saw today was Baez. We don't know. They're not sure whether it's been talk. They were trying to extend him and or Rizzo before this went down. I don't agree with Rizzo at all. I love Rizzo. I think he's a great Cub. I wish he could stay forever, but extending a guy, a 30-some-year-old with a bad back is just nuts to me. But Baez, I understand why they're doing it. But right now, they said Baez is not hearing anything. He wants upwards of over $200 million at least, which if it's a 10-year deal, okay, because hey, it's tradable. It's $20 million. He's 20, he's 10, 30. That's fine because he's either trading in 5 years. That $20 million will be nothing. But he's looking he's probably looking for a 5 or 6 year deal at $200 million. I don't think you pay.
He
him.
hasn't proved that yet.
No, I think that's if Brian, you could get Brian to take that, I'd do it. But Brian ain't taking it. Brian's going to want $300 million. I believe.
Well,
I don't know. I think these guys think they're worth a lot more than they are right now.
And they may be locked out next year too.
Or do you think about it too? Does Baez even get traded instead of Bryant at the deadline?
No, Baez is going to. They're going to try and keep Baez. He's a shortstop. Plays toughest position on the field.
Where
I think
and he's a fan favorite.
I think Brian is gone.
Yeah,
I think Bryant's gone. I'd love to see Rizzo go and get something for him because it's past the time.
Because his agent Scott Boras, and Scott Boras is just a typical. They remember what the Cubs did to him, but once again, your players
he's telling them.
Your players union agreed to what they did to him. Yeah, this is the rules they're playing within. You made the rules, so this is how it's going to be. And Trout, same thing happened to Trout. Here's the difference: Trout could have went anywhere he wanted and tried winning championship. Guess what? He stayed in Anaheim and got his money, and he's there. And they did the same thing to him. Same exact thing.
Yep.
No different.
Every guy gets the same thing.
So if Bryant's going to let him do that, then I like Bryant too. But you can go. I'm not going to have fun. Good luck to you too. Hope you go in down one of those series. I'd root for Bryant again. I would root for him. We went to the Brewers. I'd root for him.
I'd see the Cubs go back and get Schwarber for next year. Re-sign.
Yeah.
So I agree with Ed. Baez will be the guy to try to get, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone either. But he's got another year left. So
you're going to see him.
They have time to work on him and maybe even give him a rest of your tryout, almost a tryout. And
you sure Baez has got another year?
I thought we talked about that. I thought he has next year too.
Check that.
Because him and Brian were opposites, I thought, or a year apart. Okay. Like that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong though.
I mean, Baez plays the toughest position. I'd keep him.
But they're deep in the organization at that position.
Oh, what they're going to get back for the Mets is another shortstop too in the Bryant deal.
Two guys they're getting there's two, and they're both
one's a third baseman, one's a shortstop. They're looking at so I mean,
and they're not
going to get their top.
And they're
guy,
two guys. If I was
reading
correctly, they're two guys that could actually come up in September maybe and get a try at the major league level.
Yeah, so one was in Double-A. I think one might be even Triple-A.
Yeah.
I don't. From what I
read the same.
One was I think Ronnie Municio.
Yes.
El Mago will be a free agent next year.
Okay, so I don't think I think they're both gone. I really don't think there's any chance.
He's a free agent 2022.
Yes,
okay, so
yeah.
But
Brian's gone though.
Or you look at it
Kimbrel's
this
gone.
way.
He's gone. Next year he's got
2022 after next season.
Okay, so Baez Baez isn't forced. They're not forced to trade Baez.
Well, or you look at it like this though too. If he's playing good and you could go on a team that wants him next year, trade him at the deadline for something. If there's still
really? That's what we were just talking about.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought
but
you were saying
you would actually get a lot more value for him now. But I don't think that's what teams.
Well, his value would be higher now, as Ed said, because you could get more because he's got one more year left.
Yeah,
so you could just another year, and if it's a team that is
like the Indians.
What was that noise?
No idea.
Oh, is that? It's not like someone yelled.
Yeah,
like,
like a child.
Actually,
I'm getting
Sienna yelled or something.
Or like a team like the Indians, like I said, they need a shortstop. Who I'm just
It's
going to a team like
it's
that.
going to be who has the best offer for him.
Yeah.
The Cubs, and like Ed said, and I agree with him at first, but I agree with him I think Andy talked to us. Andy Heber was saying the same thing. He said that it's a great move. You trade him to the Brewers because they get him. That's awesome. Good for them. They have a couple years of success, but you deplete their farm system at the same time. And that's why I think the Brewers might be smarter and go, well, this could help us. But
Bryant's a great match for the Brewers, actually.
Yeah, with that park too.
Yeah, I mean, and he's played there before. It's a short distance to get him over there.
Yeah,
he could probably still live at home. You know,
live in Chicago and just travel for the rest of the year and figure it out if he wanted to.
And get raped in Texas. Oh wait, sorry.
So yeah, I think we agree. Bryant is be hard for him to stick around, and I think Baez might now with that 1 year left. They have to back up a truck worth of players and stuff to get Baez out of Chicago right now. And Rizzo, I think they're going to get less from him, but I think he might have to.
I would take an old pitching machine for him right now. Seriously, he's not worth much. Let him go somewhere where he can probably win another championship or help out a team.
Another good team for Bryant could be the White Sox too.
We said that, didn't you?
No, we were talking about Schwarber.
Oh, Schwarber, yeah.
Bryant, that'd be a good fit.
Yeah,
Moncada,
like I said,
Bryant,
we're gonna have to see with the White Sox. They got a bunch of guys coming back.
It all depends on the farm system, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
it's the highest bidder. I don't think it would matter. I don't think it matters to the guy. I think it should matter. And I agree. At first, I was like, but Ed, when we talked about this before, it might have been last week too on the show. It doesn't matter who he goes to, as long as you get pieces that make you better. And we've all agreed it needs to be frontline pitching too.
Well, I was listening.
There has to be a pitcher involved in all this stuff for these guys because they need to be a pitcher somewhere.
You're not going to get one for Bryant though. Like if he goes to the Mets.
Yeah, because well, maybe they'll give up DeGrom.
Yeah.
But do you want DeGrom?
No.
No, Marcus Stroman.
I'd love him. No, you don't want him either.
Oh, he's been throwing pretty solid all season.
Yeah, but he's horrible in the clubhouse. He's a cancer.
Yeah, they've had problems with him. He was in Toronto, correct?
Yep. Yeah, that's right. And he was a cancer there too.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so that's what we think about baseball.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, baseball's good. Baseball's good. Baseball
is life.
Baseball's life.
Speaking of that,
Friday.
Did you guys see that Yankees Astros series the other day? You know, it was last week or whatever. Yep. I mean, it was pretty good, like playoff atmosphere almost. You know, walk off home runs. There were a couple big comebacks. You guys see all the celebrities in the stands?
No.
Yeah, I saw Janet Reno. Remember her? Yeah, she's like a celebrity. Yeah, after the game, she raided the homes of Jordan Alvarez and Aroldis Chapman and shipped them right back to Cuba.
Nice.
While setting the neighborhood on fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to get a Cuba joke in there and an Elian Gonzalez one.
Can we score prediction for tomorrow night? Bucks game.
Cubs will. Oh,
what do you jump? We already talked about the Bucks.
Yeah, we talked about Bucks.
Oh, we did.
Get your own show, kid.
What's your score prediction? Just well, you're throwing out random shit. Anyways.
I'm going 112 to 108 Bucks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Middleton's gonna have like 30-point game. Drew Holiday is gonna do like 15, have a bunch of assists, and Giannis is gonna do Giannis stuff.
That's already 100 points.
People are gonna know my prediction and why if you listen to the show. Suns 120, Bucks 110. I winked there just so you guys. Because every time I hate, like the other night, terrible shot, it went in. Terrible shot, it went
all
in.
game.
It was like 7 shots in a row. I loved it. It was perfect. So yeah, I just do it because if every time I get every time I get on that bandwagon, I hit a bump and I fall off.
But when you're
there and I start cussing them and then they stop letting me back on. So I'm right. I don't want to get on the bandwagon. I'm gonna stand behind. I'm gonna walk behind the bandwagon right now.
Oh, he's
just kind of wave.
You're such a hater the other night, and they were just like draining threes. It was awesome. Oh, he's never gonna make this shot. The net didn't even move.
Oh, that's all my game, Ed. It's all mind games. They know.
Well, yeah, you're controlling it with your mind.
Yeah. So another good story that came out this week. Another reason why I can make fun of Aaron Rodgers because Eric ain't here.
He's going to be back this week.
Fun. Yeah,
next week.
He'll listen to the show.
Yeah. So Tom Brady last year played the whole season with torn MCL.
Yeah.
And 45-year-old guy,
45, yeah.
44.
Jeez, he's
Torn
like
MCL.
Glenn's age.
And the problem with this whole thing is now the Buccaneers may be facing big fines for not reporting it to the injury report.
Ooh,
Hey, but
those cheaters.
But the funny thing about it is, I love the NFL. They're going to fine him. We all know why they have an injury report, right? You all know why there's an injury report.
I don't.
For the other teams, they can complain against it.
No,
come on,
it's for Vegas. Swear to God.
Good point.
There's no reason.
Isn't it illegal?
Well, I'm just telling you. The only reason they have injury report is because Vegas is involved. I'm telling you right now. That's the only reason they have it, because people want to bet on these games. That's because, and the thing is, they're mad because, well, Vegas probably called up Roger Goodell and said he may have affected lines by. Then again, they won, so it doesn't matter. But
well, yeah, it does.
If he was on with a knee MCL, that lines would have been totally different on those games last year.
Well, people would have bet against those games, so it changes every. I mean, either way you look at it,
betting is a huge part. Yeah, the other team. To me, I don't think the other team should have to know what's going on. I think it's stupid. If I'm playing against a team, why should they get to know if I have a bad knee or Ed has a bad shoulder? I shouldn't get to whatever.
Jeez, I do.
But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand the concept of that. I never have, but it's a Vegas thing. I guarantee nobody. But you know what it is.
We got to be careful. You don't want to piss off our future sponsors like DraftKings right now or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the mob will be at your door now. You're giving away their secrets.
Yeah.
Glenn, you a sports bettor, Glenn?
No,
I am not either.
And they say Tom Brady's still not flashy enough.
Well,
you don't have to be flashy when when you're throwing Super Bowl trophies.
Eric, what do you think about Tom Brady?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, all good points. We still the GOAT. Just kind of funny. Aaron Rodgers and Mully not playing and complaining, and this guy
beat him on a bad knee.
107 years old, bad knee.
It's like
we'll see though. Hey, so Adam Schefter. This is a great joke. Someone told me Adam Schefter, got beat up because he supposedly lied about Rodgers not coming back, but so far, not much been going on. And then the cleaning lady in Green Bay came out and said, a friend of a cleaning lady said, I have a friend that cleans houses for the Packers when they come back to town. And guess whose house we just cleaned? We cleaned Aaron Rodgers' house. So we're going to believe the clean lady, not Adam Schefter. So, okay.
Is that code for something?
I don't know. Maybe it is. It's weird. We'll see.
Aaron
we'll find
Rodgers,
out next week, though, right? 26th is the day?
I think it's the 26th. He'll be back.
We could talk about football.
That's what the app said. I mean,
what if they cleaned his house out?
No, lady. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's So that's the big thing. Training camp. We'll be talking a lot more football the next few weeks. With training camp starting up, hopefully we'll talk a little fantasy, things like that. We're back to the NFL. Another thing, the MLB All-Star Game ratings down the tank a little bit. Not a great All-Star rating game. I watched a couple of things and that's it. Just because I was around the house. Do we know why the ratings were down? I don't know. Does anybody have an opinion on why the ratings were down? Possibly.
Maybe because they moved out of one of the most diverse cities in the country to
That's why I didn't watch it. I protested that.
Well, I didn't watch
I'm a fan of Atlanta.
I saw actually someone put this on their Facebook page the other day, and they were championing. They were behind it, championing that they moved it. Yes, this is what they should have done. Blah blah blah, for their illegal voting laws, which Colorado and Georgia aren't much different in their voting laws. There was a slight difference in their mail-in balloting, which is that's another story for another day. But the biggest thing about the whole thing is that you have to remember you're what are you doing? What are you accomplishing by moving? As we talked about before, you're slapping politicians on the hand for doing bad things. I whatever. I'm not going to argue that or whatever. But so all of these diverse businesses in Atlanta, this area that is a great area. It's one of the most diverse cities, and I've been there a couple of times. And I think Atlanta's a great city. I do. I think it's. I don't know if you've ever been there, Glenn. Have you been there ever?
Through there, never really.
You ever been to Atlanta?
Oh yeah, I played at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's a great city. People are friendly from doesn't matter who they are, where they come from. Everybody's great people wherever you go. Very friendly. It's a great town, and then you move it to Colorado, Denver. I don't think it's a very diverse city. I don't think it's not as diverse as Atlanta. I've been to Denver also. I've been to both cities, and I think Atlanta was way. I just think it's crazy to say yes, they did the right thing, but then the city with the most diversity doesn't have the World Series, and then they try to do this odd, little Hank Aaron thing at the game in Colorado.
Yeah,
when they could have did it in Atlanta, where he played most of his career.
What does this do to anybody? It hurts the people of Atlanta who were preparing for all of this.
It didn't change a thing it didn't change the Georgia voting laws.
No, it doesn't do anything. The politicians don't care. The MLB hurt that city more than anything else. It's all they did. Because like you said a few weeks ago, all those little restaurants, those like in-town things that people run, they're all preparing for this probably months in advance. And now it's gone, and Colorado gets it.
We've seen this all throughout society in the last 5 or 6 years, especially. It's been hyper. I mean, I don't know how to even put it, but the amount of bullying to get people to do what they don't want to do like this. You're kind of seeing it night, right? You know, we saw a little bit with masks or whatever. Now you're seeing it with vaccinations. We're gonna just ruin your life if you don't go along with what we tell you is the right way to go. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. We saw it in North Carolina a few years ago with, so I think it was a transgender guy can't take a shit in a girl's bathroom or something. And they went, oh, well, you're against that? Then we're going to ban all sports from your state. California always jumps aboard and says, well, we're not going to export anything to your state. And they're always on the wrong side. Almost every time they've been on the wrong side of these issues. So, and we saw it again in Atlanta and Georgia, and we're going to probably find out 2 years from now that they were way on the wrong side of this one.
Oh yeah,
when it was, we're going to find out what really happened.
And the sad thing is that they won't matter at that point because the people have been hurt. It's not it doesn't change anything. Like I've always said, instead of fighting these laws, why don't you work with them? All the athletes that make all this money, that have all this money, they, like LeBrons of the world and all that, who could actually lose $100 million or invested in something and not even blink an eye and they'd be fine. Why not invest in getting everybody voter registration cards, building a website for this, getting transportation to people voting sites, maybe do different things to help people get there, and not with an opinion either, because that's obviously the wrong way to say, hey, as long as you vote for this guy, I'm going to get you there.
But no, that's just the problem. They can't help them. LeBron knows more than all the rest of us.
Yeah,
he's smarter than all of us. He'll tell you that.
The guy who got to the finals finally this year, he was sitting in the front row. I thought it was Medea at first, but it was actually LeBron. He had like women's sunglasses on. I'm not hip enough. I talked about this at work today, and I said this. It's funny when he sees these guys like LeBron. He was dressed. He's wearing an outfit that could feed 25 families first, and then I remember distinctly seeing. I've seen Michael Jordan at games, and he's dressed in a suit because he's usually he was. Whatever.
Yeah, that's how he dressed.
Yes.
Whatever, yeah.
But Kobe Bryant was at games with his daughters many times in the front row games, wearing a sweatshirt and like a coat over it, and look like we dressed to go to a game.
Mm-hmm.
What is all this? We have to be a spectacle as something you're not involved in.
Yeah,
that's the best part. And he brought his own tequila in too. Did you see that? He brought his own tequila and was drinking his own booze.
Well, he can do whatever he
couldn't
wants.
even buy a drink at the place.
So that means we're bringing our own drinks into the Fiserv Forum next year, right?
Yeah,
if
I
LeBron
doubt
can
that.
do it, why can't I?
Kind of a big story.
Two different levels in this country.
Yeah. Well, hold on, I want to touch on. I was thinking about that.
I
almost think that he was forced to be there because of the Space Jams hype that was going on throughout that whole game. Every commercial had a Space Jam.
Good call, Glenn. So they can take a look at him when he's down there.
Yeah.
No, they did focus on him a lot after.
Do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Michael Jordan would have been forced to go to a final game and he would have sat there? Michael Jordan Jordan had to make that choice ever because he was always in them.
Yeah.
But
exactly. Yeah. Well, let's not say forced, but persuaded, because he was there with his agent who was dating Adele. That's why we saw Adele right by him as well.
Oh my God.
So I mean, who goes with their agent?
Yeah.
So I think you're right though.
I wouldn't go.
It's a publicity stunt for the movie.
Well,
and he's such a whore. He'll do anything like that for money.
Amy Hanman said, Jace, the only beverage you are bringing into the Fiserv Forum next year is a soda. So yeah, I don't know. I see what you're saying, Glenn, but if it was me, I'm not a guy that goes watch other people play championships. Usually, if I could have a chance to play in it, I'd love to go tomorrow night because I can't play NBA basketball, so that'd be awesome. So if anyone wants to send the bench warmers to the game tomorrow night, you can send us 4 tickets. Well, I'll even come pick them up wherever. Just
Willie's out of town.
I'll take it.
Well, there's 3 of us. Though.
No, we would bring Eric. Unless he's still got the sniffles.
He's got the sniffles. He'd be miraculously better that game.
He's the Delta variant. Yeah,
I think LeBron was there supporting his boy. CP3. But I think his agent is also for like 3 or 4 guys on the Suns, so that's why he went, because like LeBron started his agent's company, as they say.
Oh, he's got his own agency?
Yeah, Rich Paul agency. Yeah, Rich Paul does like half the NBA or something. He does a bunch of the guys.
And that's LeBron started that?
Yeah, I saw a thing that Rich Paul was actually, he was selling like vintage jerseys outside of an airport, and LeBron was walking through with like security guards back when he first started in the NBA, and he like stopped him and like said like to give him a shot, and he did, and he became his agent, started his own company.
Oh,
That's an interesting
nice of
story.
LeBron to do. I'll give him credit for that.
That's when he was young and nothing was in his head yet.
He made him
That's
his
a good
bitch,
point.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And NFL, kind of an interesting little move by the Steelers today. I like the move. They signed Melvin Ingram to a 1-year deal. Pass rusher, the Charger pass rusher. So that's
Who signed him?
the Steelers.
Nice.
It's a good pickup. They need pass rushing help with the defense they have, and with TJ Watt, it's going to be a good.
Oh, he has to. TJ Watt has to have help to get a sack.
Well,
But he gets them.
Oh, he had the good line last year.
Yeah,
they
he
had a good interior on it.
Well, since you brought up the Steelers, they're talking about sitting Ben Roethlisberger for half the season.
What?
Yeah, I caught it this morning on ESPN. Like that's coming out of the camp right now, is that he's going to sit for half the season.
Well, I know that's the thing too. They were talking about last year is trying to get Mason Rudolph work for when Ben Roethlisberger does retire, because they don't want to draft a guy.
Well, they got Dwayne Haskins now.
Well,
Yeah.
That I think they got Dwayne Haskins. I'm not. That's
They do.
not a
Yeah.
joke.
You think that's
They do.
you think that's their guy?
That's why I
gotta
think
be.
that they're hoping. And maybe different scenery, different coaching might help.
So what is the thinking behind this? So they're going to sit him so he doesn't
Well,
get injured and he's
like I
rested
said,
for the
they wanted to
playoffs?
give Mason Rudolph work. They wanted to give Mason Rudolph work so when Ben Roethlisberger does retire, because he's going to in the next seasons, they're
that's
saying.
just
That doesn't make
that was the word last year that they were.
so.
gonna
If
say.
he sits out half the season and they go 1 for 7, what's that
Yeah,
going to do for the
then the
team? Or
season's
2
over.
for 6, especially when you got face teams like Baltimore. I don't know when the schedule lays out, but you got Baltimore.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's going to be better. I
Yeah,
believe they're
they'll
going to be a little
Burrow
better.
back. Yeah.
And Cleveland was solid last year.
Yeah.
I think they may be one of those teams you might vote on, maybe taking a step back, but they upgraded and they got better.
Well,
so
and Odell will be back also.
Cincinnati's
Odell?
Odell.
Oh,
well, Cincinnati's number 3 receiver now is Boyd, who was on pace for 1,000 yards last year and like 80 catches. So he's going to be their number 3. That team's going to have some firepower.
The Cubs are getting killed right now, and Mr. Lester hit a home run today to dead center.
who are the Cubs playing right now?
Cardinals 5-0 in the 4th.
That's not getting
That's
killed.
not killed.
I thought it was gonna be like 12-0 or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
24-0 or something.
something coming back.
So, Ed, do you have any random thoughts right now?
Good point.
Before we talk about anything else?
Oh, I hate to admit it, but I do. Guys, I actually spent part of the week and I was thumbing through that new Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Did you see that? Yeah, they went woke and added a bunch of like plus size models. Kind of weird because it was a lot of wide angle, like with the fisheye lens. So that it's kind of weird. The look of it was different than usual, and it was kind of weird. They took a lot of pictures on a whaling boat. It wasn't that sexy. I didn't think, especially the one with Bertha was straddling the harpoon.
I thought you were interested in the first transgender model to be featured this year.
No, I haven't finished yet.
No. We knew that your real intent.
Because he is.
Anyway, I'm getting my T levels checked since there was no tingling at all after viewing the centerfold, which was actually 7 folds.
And now it's just a model. But
I'm just kidding. Seriously, though, when is Sports Illustrated adding transgender men to the special edition? Bonerville.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That was horrible. That was fat shaming, and I'm a fat guy. But
that's why you can do it.
I know, yeah, because I would be on that whaling boat.
Ed's, you know how they
Hey.
Yeah, look at behind.
That's a sperm whale.
Ed and his picture on the wall.
That's a blue whale, actually.
That is incredible.
Ed's gonna be, you know how they do the naked ones with the athletes. Ed's gonna be featured in that one.
Like the body issue.
Yeah, the body one.
We should do the body issue for the bench warmers.
Why don't they have like Schwarber in there or
You know-
that guy? Who's that fat guy from the Brewers?
They put Prince Fielder in there. Prince Fielder was
Yeah,
in
Prince
there?
Fielder was, but it's Vogelback.
Yeah,
You know, a couple years ago, back where I work, we did a Boys of Paco calendar. Maybe we should bring it back.
Did you really?
Boys of the Benchwarmer calendar for everybody,
yeah.
and sell it for charity.
Everybody gets like 3 months or something
No.
because there's 4 guys.
We could, yeah, that's what we did.
Oh no, do group pictures individuals?
Yeah, we could do a group one.
We
yeah.
started one years ago for painting for the company, and we got about 4 months into it, you know, where we were taking pictures of each other, and we were like, there's no freaking way this can go out. We had some pretty raunchy photos on the job site. It was bad.
Is that your fans only page or what?
You wouldn't believe what you could do with a roller pole. But
Whoa.
no, we had some. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
You have any random thoughts, Glenn?
No. No. I'm brain dead after this.
You can't match the intensity.
No.
Anything else, Ed?
Let's see here. Oh, I got some stuff that we were not prepared for it.
We weren't prepared for your Sports Illustrated bit.
I ever told you guys a story of from high school with Rick Fosse's no-hitter at Horlick Field? I never told you this story.
Maybe you did, but
So
why don't you tell everybody else?
So we're like in like we're like 6 innings into this. Fosse's, he was a good pitcher. He was all conference, you know, and I think he was all state actually that year. And he's throwing a no-hitter. So we all get back to the dugout at the end of 6 because we'd have been finishing out the bottom of it would have been the bottom of 6. So we run back to the dugout. We got to hit one more time. Then Fosse's going to go out there and close out the 7th. He's cruising, sitting in the dugout. We're all quiet because, you know, guy's throwing a no-hitter. And Marty Henning, our right fielder, just sitting down there at the bench. Way down at the end, he goes, "Hey, Rick, you know you're throwing a no-hitter right now?" Which we were all just like, the face palm, like, are you freaking kidding me? You don't do that in a no-hitter, you know? And I've only been a part of a couple of them, so it gets pretty tense in there. Mm-hmm. And we're just shaking our heads like he's a moron. So we go out the next inning. Fosse gets the first guy. Second guy hits a fly ball to right field. Marty takes like 3 steps back. The ball drops. Then he's got to come in hard. The ball drops like 4 feet in front of him.
That's a hit.
It was the only hit of the game. Marty, after calling out the no-hitter. So
you give him shit?
Oh, everybody tore him up for that.
But
I'm still giving him shit.
What did Fosse do? Was he mad?
Fosse probably thought he probably acted like the ultimate warrior, and I don't remember. He starts.
So I got a story, and it's not the same thing as obviously no hitter, but so you it's funny. Your uncle passed. Was it your uncle Bob?
Uncle Bob, yeah,
he passed away a few years back. Great guy, but he was known for when you're bowling to like, 7 in a row, huh? But I got a great story for you. So a couple of years ago, we're bowling. And,
he was pretty drunk, so he probably was counting wrong anyway.
Maybe it was last year. I can't remember last time I threw 300 was last year, whatever. But my last 300, I'm up to bowl. And we're bowling against it's a mixed kind of type of league, not mixed couples, but it's like our team's all guys, but there's teams with like half men, half women, or all women, whatever. And this lady's older. She's probably in her close to 80s, 70s. And I go up and I throw my first ball in 10th frame. I throw a strike, so I need just 2 more. Once you get the first one in the 10th frame, to this point, I've had 3 or 4 or 5 300s. So not that it's a lot, but it's not a big deal. I've done it, so if I never do it again, it's not going to end my life or anything. So whatever. So I go up there, but once you get the first one, it's almost in your head, okay, cool. I think I got this. And I swear to God, this is what happened. I quietly hear, "Scott," tap my shoulder, "Scott." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what's up." 2 more. Swear to God, true story. And I was like, "What the hell just happened?" So luckily I threw 300, or there would have been a dead old lady at the bowling alley.
This podcast would not be.
I swear to God, 2 more, Scott. I was like, what the? I thought the guys on my team did it to me to be funny.
Yeah, because I would do that.
Me and Jeff do it all the time. Does Jankowski all the time? I'll be like, he'll like throw, and we always the big joke on our team, like you'll throw 279, and you get done, and you'll look at him and go, "Hey, yes, guy, if you had a strike in the 5th frame, would have had 300." That's a joke. Jeff will throw like 5, 6 in a row, and I'll be like, "Hey, Jeff, only 6 more." So we joke around, but it was comical.
Oh, so you're like standing there, like ready to go, and she like.
No, I was waiting for the ball to come back, and she goes, "Scott, 2 more." So NBA draft's coming up in next week, or 29th, I think it is. And we talked about it a few weeks ago. We'll talk a little bit more when it comes around, or talk about the picks. But Katie Cunningham will be projected number 1 to the Pistons. A good player at Oklahoma State. Kind of a Stoudemire type build to him, I believe. But a pretty good shooter. He was a good college player. I was looking at this though. It's interesting. There's not many foreign players on here. The first foreign player they have going, or I'm sorry, the first player coming straight from a foreign country, not because I'm like Franz Wagner, I'm guessing is foreign. I'm guessing he's German.
It sounds fairly German.
He played at Michigan State or Michigan. And I believe he was from Germany. But
does he need a translator?
I don't know. Maybe he can't get drafted. But the first one actually coming from a country is Josh G'day. That's funny. G'day from Australia.
Ah,
good day, mate.
Good day.
I'll throw another shrimp on the Barbie for you.
Austria. And then Jonathan Kuminga from Congo. The Congo. It's interesting.
You don't hear that one too often.
No. And then that's all. Oh, Turkey. You got a kid from Turkey. Alperen Sigun.
Are these guys all college guys, or did they come here for college, or are they all?
Oh, these the guys.
These are the guys.
Yeah,
that
they have college, or they come guy from Spain, Usman Garuba. And I just like looking to the foreign guys. You always get those foreign guys. Like I always think of Nowitzki right away, or Giannis, I guess.
Yeah.
I think of. So it was like names. I just thought it was interesting because there's not as many foreign guys, and I don't know if COVID has something to do with it. Possibly. I don't know.
Luka Doncic turned out pretty well too.
He's okay. Yeah, he's decent. He'll do. Who's the shooter from Australia? There was a good shooter from Australia, wasn't there recently in the NBA? I'm trying to think who was the shooter that was Australian. Do you
I
remember?
don't know. Sarunas Marshalonis.
Talking to me about basketball? No.
Must have had one.
Oh,
Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, but he was from Australia, correct?
He was Australian. Yes.
Did he go to college in the U.S.?
I believe he did.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so you got, what's this? We're looking at something funny.
See, I don't get it. Oh, yeah.
So the Tiger post on the wall. Tell me these girls are.
Look at the thing.
Oh Jesus, that's crazy.
Sorry, killed the radio.
No, that's okay. It's.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, thanks.
Man, we don't have to. That was good dead air. That's fine.
Yeah.
We were looking at things. Hey,
There's a lot of tension in the room there.
I pointed at the pitch reef on the wall. Nobody can see that.
But you explained it.
Yeah. Huh?
You explained it.
That hasn't been on the website. Hopefully,
Not yet.
not yet. Good.
The first wall of shame.
Yeah, I'll get it on there. You should be wearing a glove in that picture.
Dude, Photoshop it. Just stick one on there. Cut it out and just stick it on the outside.
I put you at the ballpark and standing room only.
That would be great.
Put it on his head like he's wearing it, like people do.
Yeah, just because I'm kind of cool.
When I'm in Boston next week, maybe I'll see if I can get a picture like that.
Mhm.
Just standing there,
Yeah.
shirt off.
Bring your glove.
I'm not bringing my glove. I was going to say earlier when we were talking about gloves like that, I never bring one anymore because when I was younger, I went to a game and I brought my glove, and Keith Dabbs went with me, and he took my brother's glove because he wasn't prepared. And he left it there at the park. So my brother had no glove for his next game. He had to borrow one because Keith Dabbs lost it. So that's another reason why I don't take a glove to the game.
Yeah.
Bad memories like that.
Bad memories.
The Northwoods League Home Run Derby is going on right now.
Yeah,
Really? Where's that?
Down by the lake.
Here?
No.
I thought it's not here this year?
No.
I thought it was.
That was cool. They did that was
Yeah.
cool. That was cool.
Oh yeah, there was.
Packed, but it was cool.
Yeah, we almost got in a fight there too. Remember? Yeah,
Was that with you?
yeah. Me, you, and Willie.
Were you calling balls and strikes again?
No, we were yelling at some kid. He was like standing in front of like people with a glove. You'd go get in front of him, and
Oh yeah. I remember that now. Yep.
he was catching. He was like 20 some years old. I call him a kid, but he was like taking balls away from little kids, and it was just a mess. And then Willie started yelling at him
Yeah.
because he was drunk. And then
Not the kid.
I actually,
Willie.
well, and he was, remember, he was standing up in front of people like on a wall, so they couldn't see.
Yeah.
And I actually went down there and I told him, I said, hey, all these people are, they asked him to sit down, and he just told them to F off pretty much,
Mhm.
some old people.
Yeah.
So I went down there and had a talk with him and his dad and told him what I thought of him pretty much. And then Willie started laying into him. And we didn't shoot anybody or stab
He
anybody.
sounded like Doc from Back to the Future when he was.
Yeah, he's like, you're taking balls away from the kids.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Getting better. Ed. Getting better.
It is in Mankato.
Mankato.
Yep.
Mankato.
Oh, Rick Fossey would be so mad right now. She said that wrong.
Home of the Mankato Moondogs at ISG Field.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice ballpark.
That's now Minnesota State. I believe.
Yeah, might be. Mankato State was there, but it's Minnesota might be.
I think one of them's Minnesota State.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. So, I guess we're good for tonight. We talked about not much going on in sports. I mean, Cubs suck. Brewers are doing good. So that's about all we can do that. The Bucks are hopefully going to hit the top of the mountain hopefully next night by the time you guys hear. Well, tomorrow the show will be out Tuesday, but hopefully maybe by the time you guys listen to us, I'll have a championship. So that's going to be great.
Next week's show is going to be much better. We have a few things already lined up, but we didn't have the firepower here for it today.
Yeah, we had stuff planned, but Willie didn't do his part, and Eric's got sniffles, and I think they went on. Maybe they just went vacation together again. You know how they like to go to wine country together once in a while. So maybe
they did.
Another B&B.
Yeah, D&B.
Nice.
So any closing thoughts, Willie?
Jesus.
Well, you did the imitation. I thought you were him. You're so good.
So good.
Those
too.
power lines over there, they're getting to him.
So go. Any closing thoughts, Ed?
I can't wait to see the Bucks game. And I'm not a huge basketball fan, but it's great for the state of Wisconsin. It's great for this area. Hopefully nothing gets burned down. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Jace, you have anything?
No. Let's go Bucks. Be loud in there tomorrow night, Fiserv.
Glenn.
Yeah, kudos to the Brewers for changing their game time tomorrow to accommodate the fans to see both games. Switch it from a 6 o'clock to a 3 o'clock game.
I like it.
Perfect. That's good. Good double day. We go to that game and then go to the Bucks game after.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Actually, like 20K right there.
I can do it if you want. I mean, I can I can do whatever I want.
I saw tickets. I could get tickets for $1,300 a piece.
No, I'm talking about the Brewers game.
Oh, the Brewers game.
Bucks game we'll watch from a distance.
So if you're going to the Bucks game, whose car are we selling?
Yours.
Yeah. Mine ain't gonna get you anything.
Standing room.
You get 2 tickets.
Standing room.
No, they were the lower ones, only like 3,000. So.
Oh well. Hey, me and you can go.
Only one of you guys is going. Let's be honest.
Yeah, right.
Me, right?
No.
Worth a shot.
The guy who has a car afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a car still. So guys, Ed and Glenn and Jace. Holy cow! Guess I shouldn't drink that water.
It's the power lines.
You know,
they're shifting down.
I don't know. So guys, thanks guys for stopping in tonight. Hope Eric gets well and Willie finds his way back home. Once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast, and hey, Bucks and 6.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys than highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels so